All right, let's get this party started here. What's up, ladies and germs? If you want me to look at anything, let me know. This is not financial advice, etc., etc. Yeah, on the XYZ stuff, we'll take a look at it. That one, you just have to be super patient because it took years to set up. You got to give it time to break out, to continue. LTC is honestly in a similar fractal Wyckoff stuff. So you just can't, I wouldn't fast play that one. That one's going to take some time. Load up the shorts, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday. What happens on Thursdays? We know what happens on Thursdays. Things sell off on Thursdays. What's up, Pablo? Good to hear it. Thanks. If you want me to take a look at anything, let me know. Well, on the BTC side, it's I don't have any great ideas here, right? Based on the cloud. Being in the cloud is not where we want to live if we're bullish. So we have now closed in the cloud for several days. The cloud itself represents uncertainty. So when you read about Cloud 101, they will tell you if you're in the cloud, don't take the trade. What I have learned, what I have observed, what I have traded over the years is you can certainly take a trade, but it has to be in the beginning of the transition from bullish to neutral in this case. And the thicker the cloud, the better. So the fact that we're sitting on top of a thick cloud and potentially dropping into the thick cloud gives you just baseline target of other edge of cloud. It also makes me more bearish that we've tried to drop twice down here and haven't, and now we're just chilling. Makes me more bearish that based on the title of the stream, we're diverging from legacy, which looks decent here. We fought off the CPI news. We fought off the PPI news. We fought off tariffs. But we're still... This is like a low confidence anything area, especially on the bullish side. Buy, sell, or hold. If I had to take a trade today or a couple days ago or throughout the week, the trade would be on the short side, target 84, stop loss 99. That's just where we sit. So day to day, alts are going to do what alts are going to do. But if BTC actually does continue to drift lower, alts certainly won't be happy with that. And it's not a picture to take along. Best case here is this plays out as an ascending triangle and the edge to edge never happens. But many of us who've been watching this for a little while now just want anything to happen. So this is a tradable move, obviously, through the cloud. You've got the 20-week down there. You've got the yearly pivot down there. The beauty of the cloud is to be able to see this potentially well in advance. We've been talking about this type of move like since back here, and we fought it off a couple times. Looks to be expectation is lower here. Again, it's like you'd as bad as this looked, you'd expect it to break down now. By now, it hasn't. Okay, you've got that going for you. You do have this diag that could save itself. This may play out into Q2. But as far as leverage here, that doesn't make any sense to me. Any sized positions that are beta to BTC don't make sense to me. Miners don't make sense to me. Coin doesn't make sense to me. I don't care that coin is earnings. I don't care that coin is up 5% today and everything's down. I just don't care. Robinhood was up a bunch on earnings. Great. We can take a look at that. But crypto doesn't feel like the place to be right now. Diamond top. I don't know if it would qualify. I mean, I don't hate that idea. It plays along with the cloud. you know, a lot of these patterns can be multiple things, and this is where the subjectivity and people who really don't like technical analysis will let you know that, you know, this can be whatever you want it to be depending on your bias. Well, I'll tell you this, I'm permanently bullish BTC, and I'm bearish today. I've been bearish for a little while. So that's where I'm at. You know, this could also be just a double top. So downside is still pretty considerable here for BTC. The real question is, can we remain sideways long enough for legacy to pull us kicking and screaming higher? Maybe. Can we remain sideways long enough for the gold rally to stop and for the relative value, whatever, to rotate into BTC? Possibly. It's kind of like the hot ball of money, hot ball of sound money, hard money is focused on gold here, less so on BTC. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't play events most of the time, so it's just tough. If BTC is bearish or about to be, I cannot be bullish on anything else just by default. That's just me. You know, maybe that might be wrong, but that's where I'm at. It's much easier to be bullish when the base asset is bullish. Does your cloud settings change at all? You CME chart? Yeah. You just go to 1852, 104.26. I mean, this also, you have a bearish DK cross. Now, this isn't telling you to short on the future side, but it's definitely telling you to get the heck out of the long. At least it did. And then it recrossed. You know, the cloud's just really confused up here generally. It doesn't know, doesn't know what's going on. You don't normally see a week's worth of candles below the Kijun with a bullish DK cross. That's unusual, for sure. So, you know, that's just where we're at on that one. Yep, INTC's up today. Really, I'll add it. Hold on. We'll do it. We'll do it like this. Anybody calls out anything, I'll put it on this list, and then we'll get to it. That way I'm not switching back and forth. Hyperliquid, yeah, I can take a look. I don't know. Is that not Kraken? I don't think so. No. We'll take a look. So that's it with BTC. You know, it's a lot of things, and not a high confidence bullish anything here. I can't pretend that it's bullish. Losing 15% or whatever this was from the top as quickly as we did was really a bad sign. Bad sign. Yeah, KO, we can take a look at that one. So most alts are just going to do, oh geez, man, come on, man, don't dox me, man. My trading view's been not happy with me today. That's the thing about the divergence. DXY down, yields down, oil down, VIX down. We should not be trading like this. So you can either say that's a bullish divergence, do you expect higher? Or you can say, what the hell's going on? You know, like, the tape is the tape. In a vacuum on an island, this is not bullish. This is not bullish. So not great there. Someone on Twitter asking for the YouTube link. Let me grab that real quick. Yeah, the Twitter live stream quality is not great, but there's decent visibility there. Yeah, Sailor better be buying. Sailor better keep buying. So, all right, that's BTC. Great, awesome. LTC, sorry, ETH. Again, I wish I had every stream. I wish I had some great, easy layup trades, setups. for all these charts for time in memoriam, just so somebody doesn't come at me in 2 weeks when this is back at 3K or whatever. This is all about your personal preference and your confidence. If I can find the long thing. Okay, so irrespective of what's going on here with the cloud, with anything else, we could say, let's take a long trade. I don't know, pick a level. 37, 38, 3K, whatever. You pick your level, fine. You can always set a stop loss on any of this stuff at new lows. Absolutely. But to be clear, this is in bearish territory. Expectations here are zilch from the bullish perspective. If you want to see something, I tweeted this today. This is Stellantis, Chrysler, autos, down significant. Looks like an altcoin chart, right? It's down 60% in a few months. I like it a lot more when it's in the cloud. When it's bottoming, like it looked bottoming up here, then it broke down. It's bottomed for 4 months now. This could still be wrong easily. This could still break down. But I like it a lot better here. At least you have some evidence that sellers are exhausted and buyers are starting to step in. Whereas on most of these alt charts, you don't have that yet. It is early days. Like, yes, everything for the most part is down 60% in 60 days. Fine. There are a lot of unlocks every day. There's high inflation on this stuff, and there's just not enough money coming into the ecosystem. That's the problem. So to be bullish here, fine, have a stop loss. What do I care? But based on my system and what I'm seeing, I really do not like any chart that looks like this here at all. This inverted head and shoulders idea could be a possibility. It's in rough shape. It's got to pull up pretty quickly. You can always cheat it. Again, you can say, I'm trading this as a mega inverted head and shoulders. My stop loss is 2,400. I'm going to start buying now. Okay, that's fine. I personally have no confidence in that whatsoever. At all. That's just me. Let me pull this over here so I can add these as people bring them up. GDX, TEM. Little Nancy play there, TEM. So that's ETH. Nothing much else to say. Solana, look at where Solana sits. Does this look happy to be here? Does this look like a bullish chart? Again, you could argue this is down 30, 40% in a few days. Fine, I'm not going to disagree. But this is not trending bullish. Here's a stop loss. Worst case for this is a just giant head and shoulders. And if this breaks down, we're talking conservatively like 130 again. You could also say this is a giant double top. Same thing. The problem with Solana and the problem with ETH as well is you've got the casinos, the L2s, selling the base asset. In this case, it's base selling ETH. It's L2s selling ETH. It's pumped up fund selling Solana. Every day, right? Selling. Are there buyers? Doesn't look like it. Price goes lower. That's it. That's just it. Yeah, we're going to look at legacy. Just let me know if there's anything you want me to look at. I wish I was bullish all the time, but look, that's just not reality. The reality is this. What is this here? It's been ranging for a year. It was up 1,000%. Okay. I mean, I don't know what people expect. I don't see it. I don't see it yet for Solana. Ripple also has this head and shoulders risk. Bearish TK cross. Also up a lot in a short period of time. What is this? 450% since November. What do you want? Right? The issue is two issues. You've got people holding this for years who are dumping on you. You've got people holding this for years who are expecting higher and are going to end up bag holders again. And then you've got a bunch of late longs up here who are going to get trapped if this starts to break down. So it needs time to normalize reality for a little bit. Sol's getting a ETF, maybe Ripple's maybe getting an ETF, ETH is maybe getting staking. All that stuff may be true, but it's not trading as though it is bullish at the moment. That feels, dare I say it, priced in. Dare I say it. So, doesn't look great. Doge, same thing. Like, look, again, you can take long trades on this stuff, and you can say my stop loss is a decent lower low, but that just feels like guessing because this is in bearish territory still. SUI, neutral, ranging, looks okay. I mean, if we want to talk about a chart that actually has something going for it, it's LTC. Could be based on ETF expectations, but it looks a hell of a lot better than most things right now. It's out of the weekly cloud. It hasn't moved up 400% in a couple months. The old upside targets are like 300. This is maybe a Wyckoff accumulation thing going on here. I don't know, right? But it's got something going on for it. Yes, Andrew, we can all cry together. Car tariffs coming soon. There goes my Stellantis trade. The other hopeful thing I had about BTC is we did fight off that CPI news. Like, if we were going to break down, you'd think we'd break down on a hot CPI, slightly hot CPI, or a hot PPI. Haven't broken down yet. So that's a good thing. But man, this is just nothingsville chop at the moment. Trump I talked about yesterday on the hourly. It is above 16. I think it was Arthur talking about how Trump the coin, might lead crypto. I mean, we'll see. The rest of crypto doesn't exactly look amazing here, but let's go to can we go to the 2 hour? Here's the 2 hour. It looks okay. I don't know. I'm not going to touch it, but it sold off basically since listing. And there we are. And it's like number 10 on Kraken volume today. Cardano, also in Nothingsville, no man's land, also has ETF news. I'm just lukewarm. Yeah, Arthur Hayes. I'm just lukewarm on everything. Yes, so I was looking at Sol BTC yesterday. And if this is a head and shoulders on Sol BTC, yikes. Yikes. LTC BTC also looks very good, as you'd expect, because LTC looks great here. If we go to the 3-day, maybe the weekly 3-day. Is it clean? Nah, not really, but it looks better than most BTC charts. Give you that. Yeah, I keep saying LTC looks bullish. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is either a flag. It's either a flag or just vanilla Wyckoff markup stuff. Sure. It's kind of the only thing going on right now. In reality. It is holding above the daily cloud. Holding at the top of the range. Yeah. It looks better than everything. It looks better than everything. Looks better than BTC. Absolutely. ETH BTC still just hanging down there. Not something I want to touch down here. And almost every other chart just looks not great. Yeah, Monero's on Kraken. The problem with Monero is I would never actively trade it. If you believe in Monero, just hold it. Ignore the price. I would not actively trade this. No one can buy this. That's the problem. It's listed almost nowhere. So it's going to have trouble getting people to buy it. So if you're bullish on privacy, if you're bullish on not being able to audit the chain, great. It's never getting an ETF. That is never happening. So it might have an ETF internationally, but not in the US. Yes, this is another one. It looks fine. If you're looking for a place to hide out trend-wise, it looks great. It looks a hell of a lot better than everything on this list. The cloud I like this. Yes, Andrew, render, they like changed their ticker. Here it is. You've got like 3 charts right now. You've got the Bitcoin chart, which is flat. You've got the Litecoin chart, which is at the top of the range. And then you've got basically every other chart where it looks like render. Like you're breaking lows from November, or you're at lows from November, or you broke lows from November, and now you're just hanging out. Okay, this is not bullish. This has no momentum. This is bearish. It could bottom here. I have no clue. But I'm not going to stick around and find out and hope for the best. This could double bottom. This could triple bottom. This could spend 3 months going sideways. I have no idea. I'm not going to come out here in 2 months and say, I told you so. Everything was so bullish. It was down 60% in 60 days. It's just not. We're just not there. There's just too many alts. There's too many alts. One that looks real bad is Whiff. Where's it at? It's almost off the page. It's so bad. Almost back to the Kraken listing. Like, yeah, you could say I'm bullish on this because it's down a lot. Good luck. Godspeed. Not for me. Not for me. What else we got? Any other crypto stuff? Zcash, someone's asking me. I don't know why. These poor Zcash people, man. I just don't get it, man. This chart falls in the 3rd bucket. November lows. Okay. Let's zoom out. Okay. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. I wish I did, but I got nothing. Just reading chat. We also have, this is the crypto Bitcoin ETF flows. Not helping us here. They've been negative for the past 3 days. 4 out of the past 5 days have been negative. We even had we had an outflow from BlackRock yesterday. All this is T+1, so this means this is data the day before. But yeah, we're not exactly trading like people are. People are excited to buy BTC here. So that's an issue. That is an issue. Link, let's see, which bucket does it fall into? Flat, up, or down at November lows? If memory serves, it is at November lows. Ondo, real quick, is flat. I don't think there's anything to do here, but it is flat. Link, it's on my list somewhere. There it is. Link is not at the November lows, but it's not in bullish territory. Right? I mean, the best moves you're ever going to see on anything are always going to happen above any trend metric you care about. I care about the cloud. That's why we talk about it all the time. So look, again, it could be the bottom. I don't know. The cloud says stay the hell away from this thing. That's why I was talking about March for Doge. But could this be a falling wedge? Maybe. I don't know. Falling channel? I got nothing here. Zero confidence. Ondo has a ton of unlocks. Probably all these alts. That's the problem. They all have alts. They all have unlocks. They all have teams selling into the market constantly. VCs selling into the market constantly. That's why they underperform BTC most of the time. Will a Sol ETF be bullish for Sol or ecosystem? Well, an ETH ETF was bullish for neither. Generally, there's a wealth effect. If people want to buy Sol via ETF, then that raises the Sol price, which helps people speculate into the ecosystem of Sol. So it's certainly something to watch and think about. I don't think I have a strong opinion there, one way or the other. Nikki is asking me about Tron. Tron is heavily manipulated. Keep that in mind. It's not on my list for a reason. On the daily, it has been below the cloud since January 1st. Not for me. The cloud's just trying to keep you out of trouble. Now you could say, well, this is a massive bottom in the making, Josh. You could say that. You could. That might be true. That might be true come April. You could also say maybe this is a triple bottom, something, maybe. But I'd have zero confidence in that personally. Jup was another one that was just sideways. You're in a massive range on this one. So if you like trading ranges, here to the top of the range, okay. Sorry. Otherwise, what is there to do here? You know? What is there to do here? You're in a year-long range. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, ADA we talked about, it's below the cloud. For the Cloud 101 people, this is where you want to trade anything and everything always. It is never different. It is always the same. That is the best entry you're ever going to get on anything. The problem with this specific time frame is everything was moving up together. The best time to get out on anything always doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what time frame, doesn't matter anything, nothing else matters. Literally nothing matters but the cloud. The best time to get out is here. I don't care what happens after. All I care about is I know what this signal is telling me. It's telling me to get out. What happens after that, I don't care, but it just happened to go down. Look at that. It was bearish, right? So what is the cloud telling you here? It's telling you here that the trend is on the bearish side. You're below the cloud support. That's what it's telling you. Cloud also does best when you have months of down, because then it gives you time. You know, if we go back to this Stellantis example, again, it does not matter what it is. The ticker is irrelevant. I repeat, the ticker is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It helps that it has a story. It helps that it has or doesn't have fundamentals on its side. Whatever. That's helpful. But when we're talking about technicals, this is what I like to see. That's why, if we're talking about Trump on the 2 hour, right? The exact same idea, the exact same cloud fractal, the exact same setup. Do I have a public portfolio? I do. It's in the Discord. That is, I'm not releasing the. Did I? Oh man. Not releasing the link because we get invaded constantly. Now Joey's got me all self-conscious. So anyway, the setups here are not great across the board, unfortunately. Still, just chopping around. I mean, the stablecoin bill is going to happen whether anybody likes it or not, and it's going to do its best to probably get Tether out of the US. Tether's only savior is the Cantor Fitzgerald guy who is heavily invested in Tether. So just using logic, it would tell you that people like Coinbase and USDC are trying to lobby mightily to make it impossible for Tether to comply with the regulations. That'd be my guess. That'd be my guess. All right. Where do we want to go? We got gold, people asking about. Sure, I'm just going to pull up GLD because that's easier. Rivian, CB, RIVN, right? Yeah. Rivian, coin. Someone was asking about Hood, I think. What else we got? Baba, Roku crowd. Yeah, China. China doing much better. Sometimes you gotta fish where the fish are. You don't have to, but I certainly wouldn't be forcing trades in crypto right now. Roku. I haven't looked at Roku in a minute. I'm curious what that one looks like. Crowd. I really like IGB here. It's the software ETF. We'll take a look at that. I don't know what BNB DEX means. BNB the token? Another very highly manipulated token. You gotta be careful with that one. CRSR? Oh, okay. What else? What else? What else? Ubisoft, MSTR, Ubisoft. Is that right? That's not right. Are they listed in the US? They should be, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. XYZ. Already have that one on the list. Okay. Okay, MSTR is a momentum play. I'd think of MSTR as a leveraged ETF without the fees and volatility drag. But if you're unsure on BTC here, then you're gonna have a bad time in MSTR. MSTR's BTC leverage options are leveraged MSTR. MSTU and MSTX, leveraged MSTR. Those things are going to get obliterated the more we chop around. So you got to be careful with those. Black Sky, what the heck is that? All right, sorry. Let me keep adding Euro, like Euro USD. Is that what you mean? I hope they come to common consensus on Tether. DXY. Actually, I already have that one up. What else? Space. Okay. 10-year, sure. Baba, MSTR, got it. Bit deer. Take a look at some of the miners. Sure, BTCZ. 2x inverse, okay. SE. Grab. Copper, do you have a preferred? I like this. I guess that's miners. I don't know what the copper ETF is. Iran. Oh man, I know who's asking about Iran. INVH. I like the diversity. That's what I like here. Clean Spark. Coin XYC ACHR. Okay. If you got anything else, let me know. We'll take a look at all these. I'm just gonna move the miners together. Bitdeer. Okay. XYZ. I very much still like this chart. I have no issues with it. You just got to be patient. You got to be patient. You got to have a stop loss. Let's go here with this XYZ. It's out of the weekly. It's back to the neckline. I don't know. It looks fine to me. It looks fine. It's going to take time. It took 4 years. I mean, 4 years to bottom. It's been down here for a long time. I still like it. You have to be patient. You have to use the stop loss. That's it. There's my hair. There you go. So I don't really have much to say on that one. The stop loss, a stop loss that would make sense. I don't know, like 70? 70? You have to give it time, for sure. So, again, I wish I had like these crazy setups that are just ready to go, but I don't. XLU is my vote, along with IGV. XLU is exactly what I was talking about with, this is utilities ETF. It's exactly what I was talking about with the breakouts for the cloud. It's consolidated, broke down, broke back up. Great, awesome. Picked up some of that this week. There was also, guess I don't have it on here. But this is what you're looking for on alts, right? Alts are still down here. You got to give it time. Because they may not bounce. They may stay sideways. They may break down. That's what the cloud is telling you. The cloud is telling you it's bearish on most of these alts. INTC is above the daily cloud for the first time since January. Again, this is what I like to see. That's what I like to see. This is it. This is it. Will this retrace? Will it fail? Will it keep bouncing? I don't know. The point is, the trend metric is telling you the bearish momentum is likely over. No promises. You've got this double bottom, multi-month double bottom. You've got gaps to fill. It's Intel, so you got to be careful. But yeah, this is like STLA, same idea. The ticker is irrelevant. It helps that it has anything going on news-wise, fundamentals, earnings. That's what matters to push this quicker. But based on technicals, sure, why not? Why not? Hype, you could argue, has this like fundamental use case where it's the #1 casino, DEX, perp, whatever right now. I don't hate it. I don't see anything here that is screaming bullishness. It is just chopping around, pretty neutral. Not really much going on. I don't know. It looks fine. It doesn't look like it's going to 4x tomorrow. I'll put it like that. It's just sideways. I got nothing. KO. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. I didn't take this trade. Some of you did because I was talking about it over the weekend. I didn't see anybody talking about KO. 0 people, by the way. The only thing I care about is the technicals, right? That's all I care about. Didn't take the trade. Should have taken the trade. This gapped up on God knows what. Earnings, selling cancer to kids. I don't know. Whatever Coca-Cola does. It looks good. It's way late here, but that's why I talked about it on the weekend. Go watch the video on Sunday if you don't know what I'm talking about. But again, this had evidence of a bottom. It had evidence of multi-months multiple months of nothingness, and that's what you want to see. It got into the cloud, bullish TK cross. Yeah, so that one's on me for not taking that one, but some of you did. So, that's a great trade. Great trade. Hype BTC, is that even a, I guess I can do this. Sure. Yeah, it looks fine. I don't have any issues with it. It's at the top of the range. This is Hype BTC. Top of the range looks fine. You know, again, is it screaming this is going to 3x here? I don't see that, but it's not bearish. It is not at the bottom of the range. It is not making fresh lows. It is not at lows from November. Based on what we're seeing right now, this looks really good. This looks really good relative to all that other nonsense. So that's what you want to see. I would much rather see that. I will sit and hold this or add to a position that looks like this, then hope that something like ETHUSD bounces. GDX, I've been watching this for a little while. A lot of people are talking about GDX. Gold miners. High time frames still have this old target of like 60 to 80. So you've got that on your side. On the daily, you had a bullish Kumo breakout, bullish TK cross. Cloud's going to flip bullish here. It feels a little late here. I don't know. Because I did look at this Monday and I was like, I don't know. It's just feels like it kind of got away from you. It's definitely bullish. It looks great. I just think entry wise, I'm going to put an alert at like 40, see what happens. But it looks great. It looks really good. That's why I like IGV. Did I talk about IGV yet? I like IGV for the same reason. Bullish TK cross, price above cloud, bullish cloud. Great. I'm there. I'm in it. I already hold this one. So looks great. This is the software ETF. That's what you want to see. Notice how nothing in Altland looks like this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. TEM. This one feels way late at this point. It went up a lot on that Pelosi news that Pelosi had bought, right? I don't know. It's tough because there's not a lot of data. There's not a lot of trading history here. It's AI, and that's like the hottest of hot you can get in the names, you know? Name-wise, fundamentals, etc., etc. Maybe this is like a massive wedge and it's ready to go to infinity. If this is the pattern and we take the depth of the, I think this is the maximum bull case, okay? It's like what, 260? I don't know what this company does. I don't really care. There's not a lot of data here, but it's definitely bullish. So one thing you could do is just manage it properly and say, okay, here's my stop loss at 66. I'm gonna see what happens. But it does feel a little late on this one, but it does look good. It does look good. GLD, that's a new all-time high for GLD. Gold, it's got to be at what, 3K? It's got to be close. Yeah, it's very close to 3K. It looks good, but you are very late, right? Down here is where you want it. Always, forever, take a snapshot. Never forget it. Now you could say, well, but Josh, what about this here? Yep, I'll agree. I'll agree. I'll agree with you. The difference there was, if we dial back the clock, we didn't have a bullish cloud yet. So if we go back to the checklist, we want price greater than cloud, bullish TK cross, bullish cloud. So that we did not have. We did not have that here. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You can always take the Kumo breakout trades. You just have to be careful of sizing that appropriately. If we, let me do this. If we go back to the breakout, the next breakout, so no Kumo twist there, nothing there yet. So right there would be fully satisfying what you always want to see. So just to do the play-by-play on that. It was actually cleaner, I think, on XAU. And if you look at the videos 2 weeks ago, I was certainly talking about it. If we go to, sorry, I don't know what time frame we were on there. Were we on the daily? Probably not. All right, we weren't even on the daily, that's why. Anyway, point is the cloud tried to get me in. I didn't believe. But this was the day. This was the day right here. That was the day. If we look at QQQ, which nobody asked me about, surprisingly, QQQ looks. What am I doing? Replay's messing with my head. QQQ looks great. Again, if QQQ is bullish, why isn't BTC bullish here? It should be. Is it going to take this breaking out? Is it going to take gold quieting down? QQQ low time frames also bullish. It doesn't have to look like much in the cloud, right? But there's your bullish DK cross a couple days ago. And you also have a pattern on your side. You've got a neckline breakout here. So I really like QQQ. Kumo Shadow. GDX divided by GLD. Sure. Yeah. I feel the same way I do about Bitcoin miners, that if you're bullish the commodity, just buy the commodity, right? If you're bullish the commodity and you're buying something that's beta or buying something else, you just got to be careful, because we can look at this and you can say same scale, I think. Get rid of this. So that's GLD versus GDX. It's going to disconnect the farther back you go, but in general, you should get paid for the extra risk. So GDX in the green there. When GLD is bullish, the expectation, just like Bitcoin miners, just like alts, same concept, the expectation is you get paid for taking more risk. So there is a bit of a disconnect here where GLD is certainly leading heavily relative to GDX in the near term. If we go like the 4 hour, you're not really seeing what you need to be, in my opinion, on the GDX side. It might be just starting, might never come. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. Does Chopple gold rise count as a correction? We can look at it. Gold, is it gold divided by, let's do it like this. Does this make more sense? Let's just invert it. So that's BTC divided by gold. I mean, this chart looks neutral, not like trying to break down. Clearly gold is leading right now. I mean, BTC is up 4% on the year. Gold is up God knows what on the year at this point. All right, let's keep going so we can get through this list. Rivian, what do I have here? Oh, I was like, why is there a rising wedge? Because it's inverted. Rivian high time frame. This could be a terrible idea for many reasons. But the technicals don't care. The technicals don't care about tariffs. They don't care about EVs. They don't care about the auto industry. So that's what I'm looking at. This is a technical channel. We're looking at technicals. Rivian's back in the cloud. This is a multi-year downtrend, potentially falling wedge. So I'm in this one, baby. And I'm patient. This could continue to chop sub 10, but I don't know. It's been 4 years of down. Giving it a shot. Giving it a shot. Coinbase. Daily. Why do I have this here? I don't know. I guess that's the old support resist line. It's kind of just range chop. It's trying to get bullish. It's trying to break up. I don't have a strong read one way or the other on that one. I mean, this isn't like it was back here, where you had one of the best inverted head and shoulders you'll ever see. And just huge, huge move, right? So I'm not really seeing that here. Could just be me, but is what it is. Hood feels like a blow off top to me today. You had a bunch of analysts come out with huge targets like 120 and something else. This thing is like the definition of parabolic. I don't think it's a short. I just know a lot of people have been holding this for a long time who have been taking profits. It's been a great trade. It's been a great trade. Just a wild chart. Baba. Looks great. Looks great. The tough part is sitting in this is kind of like the square block XYZ example. It's like sitting through the chop, being confident enough to buy this in size. Because like K-Web, I mean, this has been trying to bottom for a long time, and it's just been a struggle. But Baba looks great. Looks good. I don't know how high it goes. We can measure, we can say 170 to 200. But it looks really good. Looks really good. Roku. See where your head's at on Roku. It is trying to bottom. Similar to the Roblox chart. Maybe this is a ascending triangle type deal. Maybe Adam and Eve. I don't see anything bearish here on low time frames. So that one looks good. Slow mover, but it looks good. Let's take a look at Zoom too. Zoom, just hanging out. Looks okay. No issues with that one. Peloton, same deal. It's above a high time frame cloud. Broke out of the downtrend here, the falling wedge. This is basically the same idea for Rivian. Still looks good. PayPal was one that it does not look good. Now you could argue on high time frames it's bouncing potentially soon. Kijun bounce stuff, but you gave up. I mean, I was in this trade, so I know, gave up like 15% of the move. That's difficult to stomach, but so you just got to stack these up. Okay, I like PayPal, or I don't like PayPal. I like Peloton. I like Zoom a little less. I like Rivian a little more. And then you size them appropriately, right? Yeah. UPST. Yeah. I don't know what this one does, but Cloud likes it. I have no clue what this company is, but Cloud likes it. CrowdStrike. Is that an all-time high? I believe that's an all-time high. So the old, the outage that they had has retraced and fully back to, it's dollied to all-time highs. Pretty wild. So this would be the target on CrowdStrike. I think this is in the IGV software ETF. It looks good. You're late, but it looks good. Certainly looks good. CRSR, Corsair. Whoa! Big candle today, huh? I mean, again, it looks good, but ideally you're in it back here, or you're in it when it consolidates here. So you're a little late. I'm guessing they had some sort of AI announcement. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. AI lending platform. Okay. And then we have MSTR. Oh boy. Well, if you're bullish BTC and you're holding this, you probably don't care. Is there an entry here? No, I don't think so. The entry that makes more sense is like 360. Then we're back above the daily. Keep in mind, last time we were in a range like this, it took months to break out. Now that's more of Bitcoin's fault than MSTR's fault. But I like 360. I'll put an alert for myself here. Add alert. I like 360 or below the midpoint here. So like below 300. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything to do on MSTR at the moment. WGMI, bearish, nothing, chop. I don't see anything whatsoever. Looks like altcoins. IREN, I talked about this cup and handle possibility. Doesn't look terrible up here. It's out of the bear territory. It's super volatile, so you got to keep that in mind. But this doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. Clean Spark, bear territory. I don't know. I wouldn't hold on to this one. Personally, it just, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Doesn't look great to me. BitDeer, also in the cloud, below the cloud. Just not where you want to be. As far as an entry is concerned, that was the entry. The exit was on this day here into the cloud. So again, it's just trying to keep you out of trouble. You might not like it, but that's what it is. BTZZ, 2x inverse. I mean, it's trying to bottom because BTC is trying to top, right? You got to be careful with this one because of the fees and the volatility drag. This is a great like intra-week play, but you got to be sure. The BITI is the same. It's not leveraged, but you got to be pretty sure that this thing is gonna, BTC is gonna break down. Now you could hedge your BTC with this. So, you know, in a vacuum, this is like the STLA fractal, right? It's like we're trying to break through the cloud here. And BTCZ. Same story with BTCZ on low time frames. So that is something you can use to hedge BTC. Yeah, I agree, Joey. There's some dynamics here that on MSTR that are just going to be difficult, but ultimately it needs momentum for BTC, and if there's no momentum for BTC, you can't expect this to magically just do better. That's why it was so weird in September, October last year when this started to move before BTC, because it was leading, right? And so MSTR is not even leading here. It's just kind of stuck in a range. UBI. And no, this one looks like an altcoin chart, right? Not for me. Bearish. SPCE, worse than UBI. No. No. See, this is the classic, like, oh, this was down 93%. Now it's down 99%. That's just from 2021. No. So yeah, you could take a stab, but you could have said that at any point in the past 3 years. Not for me. 10-year is still in bullish territory. We certainly want this to go lower, but it's, you know, I don't have anything to say. It's just chopping around. Why is my nose so itchy? It's just chopping around. Not really much to say there. C limited. I mean, it looks good, but again, you're super late as an entry. Cloud liked it back here. Looks good. So if you're holding it, looks great. There was also whatever this is here. Some sort of level. But yeah, it looks great. Measures like 157, 220. Grab. It's fine. It's just tough because it hasn't really been listed that long, and it, it like chopped around for a couple of years here. Buy, seller, hold. It looks like a hold to me. INVH. It just in no man's land. Not really much going on there, trend-wise. ACHR. Potentially the end of the move here. Again, you look at these charts enough, you get the vibes, right? Like, great entry, first potential entry. Up here is potentially rolling over. ASTS, Space Mobile. Let's go. I don't hate it. You know, had the move, reconsolidated. Just a weird looking chart. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look terrible. It's how much is it up from May to 1,800%. I mean, that's the biggest issue. It's up a lot relative to last year. I don't know. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. What else we got in the last few minutes here? AMD. This one's been a stinker. Nah. I mean, you could maybe say falling wedge. It's just, the issue here is like, where does this end? Is there a bounce? Does it just keep going? It just looks ugly. Looks ugly. Nvidia. Nvidia's just sideways. Not really much to say on this one. Like anything you'd ever look for on the cloud, bullish cross, price above cloud, bullish cloud. You don't have any of that right now. So this is just a wait and see on Nvidia for me. Not much to do there. ARK. Yeah, ARK looks great. Slightly late. That's why these moves on the weekly, if you're getting like a fresh weekly move, that's a super strong signal because you're looking at so much data in the indicator, time-wise, that if this thing timed out sideways, I mean, I remember people, when it was in the 30s, saying this is going to zero, it's worthless, it's junk. The inverse sentiment, right? It looks good. Buy, sell, or hold. Certainly a hold. Certainly a hold. Looks good. BKSY. Yeah, same deal. Weekly breakout. That's where you want to be. You don't really want to live in this, right? You really don't. This is alts right now. Like there's somewhere in here. Just not seeing much of anything. But this is clearly a changing character based on the cloud. All right, last one. Anything else? Vow. Oh, Volkswagen. Daily. Yeah, it doesn't look awful. I see what you're saying here. It clearly had some sort of down channel. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's funny that these EV companies and some of these car companies are sort of turning the corner for whatever reason, despite tariffs. I don't know what's going on there, but doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look horrible. If we go to my EV list, Tesla, it's bouncing, but this isn't where you want to buy it on the cloud. So if you're buying, it's not because of the cloud. needs a ton of time. This thing just moved infinity% in like 2 months. So that needs cooling off for sure. XPEV starting to break out of that high time frame cloud. Mobileye still just chopping around. EH looks like a miner chart, like a Bitcoin miner chart, except it's actually bullish. This chart looks phenomenal. QS still on the back burner with the falling wedge. Neo still bearish, right? In this one, it's tried twice to break out, so I wouldn't trust this until it's back above 660. 660. We'll just set an alert there. I don't know. That one's a leave alone for me. Lucid, same deal. It's just still in bearish territory. Polestar, bearish territory. EVAV's a leveraged EV ETF, still chopping around. Looks ugly. We had a great trade on this, but I got out of that as soon as I hit the target there. And then Plug also just bearish. So I think we're going to call it there. All right, 2 more, and then we'll Cisco Systems. Cisco. I think the issue with this is it's chopped around. So this is how many years since 2018? We can maybe draw it like an ascending triangle. Like it's fine. It's bullish. It's just I wouldn't expect this to move like crypto. It's gonna be super slow. But it looks fine. SELZL. Is that right? No. SEZL. Sezzle. It's up a lot in 2024, so you got to be careful with that. But Cloud likes it on the daily. This is a fresh breakout. Fresh breakout. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. All right, I think that's all we got. For today. I gotta stand up, walk around. Thanks for hanging out. If you got anything in the comments on the rewatch, let me know. If you want me to look at anything, let me know. But the problem is, the action just isn't in crypto right now for the most part, as Trump is up 10% on the day. Like there are trades to take in crypto. I would just be super selective because if BTC breaks down, you're going to be in trouble pretty quick.